And that's
So
just
let's bring budget into it. I'm glad that you have even gone into the buy one get one free mentality. So let's bring budget into it.
family finance is key. Oh, okay. I'm going to say this. Like if you don't have a plan for something, you may not be able to achieve it. And that's why for me it is key. What we're going to do next year, by this December, we normally take time out once a while. We go for family retreat. What are we preparing for next year? What is going to be our family budget? So there's a particular budget that we're going to books, apart from the normal books. So we'll be able to budget. Sometimes, just it can be as small as 10,000 naira, or just to buy storybook or something to fascinate the children. Sometimes they read
For
about
self-development.
their hobbies. They read something about it. Like one of my children now will say, "Oh, I want to read something about football." So sometimes out of the money, we'll buy a magazine that talks about, who is this? Who is the highest paid? Sometimes just to encourage them with their passion. You understand? So they can do that. But if you don't put that, you will notice that you will not spend the money you don't want to spend for something. It's not that what you're spending on is not important, but it's not going to be important as at that time. So when you have that family budget, you'll be able to work it out. Then it helps you even in your meal planning. When you budget right, or you know what you want to go into groceries monthly. I have a younger sister that at points wanted to do it because of that. The husband said, "Oh, take the lump sum for the whole of the year for the house.
Wow.
Go into what you want to do. Then when you get your salary, you can help out with the little while I augment the remaining." So it helps you to budget. It helps the family. You know where the boundary is. You know when to eat out. You know when to restrain at home. You know when to help. And the children too, you carry them along. Because like I will say, when we're going up, my mom will put everybody together and say, "This is the reason why you cannot take this form. This is the reason why you can." Because we understand the family budget. And when they say, "Oh, you're not going to buy Christmas clothes because your brother is going to take jam form," and we understand, and that's it.
Wow.
Because it's not because, and there was not so much because we were raised. Our mother raised us single-handedly with God, so there was no father to finance that aspect. So she's the only one. So I understand the finance part of the family early enough. So. And the word priority, I didn't understand it until I get to secondary school. But I remember my mother would say, is that the next for you to do? So I grew up with the priority mentality as in. So in our finance, in my house now, in my home now, it's about prioritizing. What's the next thing? So before we do anything for the year, what is the bill like? Are they likely to increase the children's school fees? What is the rent like? What are we going into? What are we giving our parents? We're not saying we're going to get the holistic summary, but we have the idea of what is going to cost us to live for the next year. So we have the plan. So as funds is coming in, we know what to do next. What are we going? Are we going into another property? Are we changing car? Are we paying any debt? So it's going to help the family. And for the women, on our own front, like I will say to anybody that cares, if there is no food at home, maybe because we're emotional, a mother don't sleep well. If there is no food, an average father, don't let me say that lacks wisdom, will tell you, there's no food, so what do I do? A mother will not be able to sleep well. So if we don't take that aspect of our finance, that is the kitchen finance, let me take the kitchen finance into, like I will say to anybody, no matter how broke we are, there's something to eat in the house. Because sometimes you notice, even to transfer 2,000 naira, you don't have. To pay 1,000 naira, you don't have. It's not because you don't have, but there's food at home. So the worst is we cannot buy bread. There's rice. We cannot buy this. There's yam. Because there's something to fall back on. And that's why I said, for us as women, we must take that. I don't joke with that aspect because it says it all. If you don't, even if the children don't eat well, do you know to read well is difficult, even as adults. You notice that sometimes we have a headache. It's either we didn't rest or we have not eaten. It's not because we're sick. Do we get it? So we must take that finance well. Apart from taking the holistic finance of the home, but the kitchen finance is key. It helps us. We'll be able to prepare our shopping list. We'll be able to prepare our menu. What are we going to eat? What are the variety we're going to go into? Or where can I do all this our ceremonial food? Not like our usual. Like Yoruba, do your amala neba, eat, and everybody go and sleep. When can I make that spaghetti sauce, you know, you now want to go into the foreign food for
pizzas, yeah.
When are we going to eat out? Are we going out to eat pizza? You know, at least there will be time for that once in a while. Oh, are we eating out? Are we going into restaurants once in a while? It will be able to put in. Because I encourage, if you like yourself too, there must be a time out. Some people will tell you, oh, there's no everything has to be done in the house. I said no. We only deceive ourselves. What if you go on a training and go outside of your region?
Yeah,
or maybe you travel abroad.
Zone. Yeah.
Oh, you eat outside. You can't get to America today and start cooking. You eat outside. So doing it once in a while is not bad. Like I would say to everybody, doing all these things, you may not invest so much in them, but doing them once in a while as a woman is not. Taking ourselves out, so it's not bad. Once in a while. When the children want something, you get it now.
Yeah.
Mommy, I want meat pie. Then you pack. You say, oh, yeah, buy for yourself.
You know.
Because you're looking at what? Once in a while. We need to reward ourselves.
Reward ourselves, yeah, it's very important.
Buy once in a while. So I've learned to, over time too now, say, oh, once in a while. I may not go to the pizzeria.
You know.
I may go to Mama Put Amala.
You know.
Give me a buffet.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. And that's it. So finance is key for us. And when you put it right, you know that once in a while, time to be out to eat and do something for yourself, there will be time for it. And that's rewarding.
All right. So we have been listening to Olushola Anibaba Adewolu, and she has opened up a whole box of ideas of how we can manage our homes. Is it cluster? Is it financing? Is it kitchen management? Whatever it is, I hope you have been able to get one or two things that will help you to manage your home better. And most importantly, don't forget, you need to reward yourself. Once a while, buy that pizza, eat that hot dog, and have fun. We'll go on a short break, and when we return, it will be time for the game segment. Don't go away, we'll be back.